And a very pleasant Wednesday morning to you. Here's a look at some of our national and international headlines. A couple of people have been held at the Istanbul airport as they were trying to leave in connection with that nightclub attack that happened on New Year's Eve. That brings to 16 now the number of people that are in custody. The actual gunman apparently still at large. In Prague, the district court there has ruled that throwing eggs at the president is not a crime. Apparently, I guess it's a perfectly acceptable way of protest in what used to be the Eastern Bloc. The new Republican Congress has reversed their ethics move. Remember, they were going to take the ethics oversight, basically one of those government watchdog things, one of the most fierce government watchdogs, if you want to call it that, and they were going to completely neuter it. And then there's a bit of an outcry, and then an angry tweet from Donald Trump himself. And so the Republicans have said, okay, no, we're not going to do that. The Russian bobsled team has some more suspensions, and they're hoping that they're going to get it all sorted out here soon with the International Federation. There's a new report out that says the Israeli military is not investigating attacks by Israeli troops on Palestinians. This as a big law case is coming to head about just such a thing, a soldier charged with manslaughter for killing a Palestinian. The far-right Israeli minister has planned a bill to annex one of the biggest settlements in what's it called, the occupied territory, saying basically, look, after 50 years, it's Israel. Looked for that to become a hot-button issue. In business news, Ford Motors has canceled their $1.6 billion Mexico plant, citing the promises of Donald Trump. And meanwhile, Trump himself has now promised to General Motors that they're going to see high tariffs because they took and put their plant overseas. The ambassador to the EU from the UK has resigned right as they're about to start the Brexit talks, which is something that some people are looking at and saying, oh, no, this is going to mean trouble for Great Britain getting out of the European Union. I don't know. I mean, the whole idea that you can keep people inside a political system that they don't want to be a part of. I mean, don't we always say, if you don't like it, you can leave? Megyn Kelly didn't like Fox News. She left. She's now joining NBC News. And Representative Paul Ryan has won re-election as the U.S. Speaker of the House of Representatives. Putin, back to Russia, has now given his governmental oversight. I'm not sure if it was a law division or something, but he's given them until the 30th of March to give them a complete rundown on the reports of all the activities of NGOs, the non-governmental organizations that are at work in Russia. There's a question from the BBC, does the Airbus A380 have a future? They go inside the Airbus. And there's a report about Ukraine suing Russia over the Crimea and Donbass for at least $50 billion. Meanwhile, in France, Marine Le Pen has said that the reunification with Russia and Crimea was legitimate because the people voted that they wanted to be a part of Russia again. And lastly, something that has a lot of people really upset right now, the issue that in Germany, sales of Hitler's Mein Kampf are on the rise. Some people are looking at that and saying, oh no, this is a sign that with the racism is coming back up in Germany and it's something that everybody should be concerned about. I'm going to talk about that on my commentary today, and we'll examine it a little bit because it's not what the headline seems. This is an academic text that is being purchased primarily by libraries and by researchers and historians, and we're going to talk about what it means to ban speech that you don't agree with, even if it is absolutely reprehensible speech. That's going to be part of our commentary today. If you like what I'm doing, become a sponsor at Patreon or buy a direct subscription at my website, radiofreespeech.com. If you have a news tip for me or you want to give me a topic for a commentary, send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com. Thanks.